I sat in my recording nook, bathed in the soft glow of the computer screen. Tonight, I had decided to venture into the realm of horror, reading chilling stories from the darkest corners of Reddit for my ASMR video. The room around me seemed to hush in anticipation, shadows dancing on the walls as I prepared to share tales that would send shivers down the spines of my many followers. As I began my introduction, an odd unease settled in the air. It was as if the room itself were holding its breath, awaiting the terrors that were about to unfold. My voice, known for its soothing quality, took on a darker undertone as I narrated the unsettling events of a haunted house with a tragic history. Little did I know that a subtle change occurred in the room, a shift in temperature, a whisper in the air. In the comments section, viewers expressed a growing sense of unease. Some claimed to hear faint whispers and distant footsteps, attributing the sensations to my expert storytelling. Others felt an unexplainable dread creeping into their minds, a sensation that lingered even after the video ended. I delved into the second story, a narrative of a cursed object, an innocuous-looking doll that brought terror to its owners. The atmosphere in my recording space grew tense as I described the chilling encounters with the possessed plaything. Unbeknownst to me, the shadows in the room seemed to coalesce, taking on a life of their own. As I reached the climax of the story, a sudden gust of wind extinguished the candles around me. My heart pounded, and the room plunged into darkness, leaving only the glow of the computer screen. An ominous silence settled, broken only by the soft creaks of the floorboards beneath me. In the quiet, a soft giggle echoed through the room. I froze, my eyes wide. I strained to hear, but the unsettling laughter was gone as quickly as it came. Nervously, I fumbled for my phone to turn on the flashlight, illuminating the space around me. As the light pierced the shadows, I caught a glimpse of a figure standing in the corner of the room. A silhouette, faint and indistinct, watching me. My voice trembled as I whispered into the microphone, trying to maintain composure. But the fear in my eyes betrayed the terror that now gripped me. The comments section erupted with panicked messages, pleading for me to stop the video. But the figure in the corner remained, growing darker and more malevolent with each passing moment. It seemed to feed on the fear radiating from both me and my audience. Now truly frightened, I uttered a shaky goodbye and abruptly ended the live stream. The moment I did, the figure vanished, leaving behind an unsettling silence. The viewers, no longer soothed by my voice, were left to wonder if the horrors I had described were confined to the stories or had found a way to escape into their world. As I sat in the quiet aftermath, I couldn't shake the feeling that something lingered in the darkness, something that had come alive through the very tales I had shared. The line between fiction and reality had blurred, and the boundaries of my safe haven had been breached by the unknown. In the following days, I tried to shake off the eerie encounter. I rationalized that it was a trick of the light, a figment of my imagination amplified by the unsettling stories I had chosen to narrate. My viewers, however, were not so easily convinced. The comments section of my videos overflowed with speculation and concern. Some claimed to have heard strange noises in the background, whispers that echoed the tales I told. Others swore they saw fleeting shadows on the edges of the screen, shapes that defied explanation. The more skeptical viewers dismissed these claims as overactive imaginations, attributing the odd occurrences to the power of suggestion. Feeling a sense of responsibility for my audience's well-being, I decided to address the concerns in a follow-up video. I sat in front of the camera, my face bathed in the soft glow of my recording setup. With a forced smile, I assured my viewers that the strange happenings were likely coincidences, a byproduct of the immersive nature of the stories I shared. However, as I delved into my next tale, the unease returned. This time, the story spoke of a vengeful spirit seeking retribution for a long-forgotten injustice. As I narrated the spectral encounters and the escalating sense of dread, a cold breeze swept through the room. I shivered, glancing nervously around me. The comments section erupted once again, this time with viewers pleading for me to stop the video and ensure my safety. Concerned messages flooded in, creating a virtual chorus of worry. Yet, caught in the grip of my own narration, I pressed on. The barrier between my world and the stories I told seemed to thin with each passing moment. As the story reached its climax, a sudden power outage plunged me into complete darkness. The room was enveloped in an inky blackness that seemed to swallow sound itself. My heart raced, and for a moment, panic threatened to overwhelm me. The comments section fell silent, as if the virtual audience held its breath. In the profound darkness, a single source of light emerged, the glow of my computer screen. It flickered, casting an eerie illumination on my face. Slowly, the soft glow expanded, revealing the contours of the room. And there, in the corner, stood the figure once again. My breath caught in my throat as I stared into the abyss-like eyes of the silhouette. It seemed more defined this time, its form taking on a sinister solidity. The air grew heavy with a palpable malevolence, and the temperature in the room plummeted. Desperation clawed at me as I fumbled for my phone to turn on the flashlight. But the figure remained unfazed, its presence looming in the shadows. I could feel its gaze, penetrating and malevolent, as if it were peering into the very depths of my soul. With a trembling hand, I managed to activate the flashlight. The sudden burst of light revealed an empty corner, devoid of any ominous figure. The comments section exploded with a mix of relief and terror. Some claimed they saw the figure on their screens, while others insisted it was a collective hallucination. Now genuinely terrified, I decided to end the video and address my viewers directly. In a shaky voice, I apologized for the disturbances and promised to investigate the strange occurrences. Little did I know that the line between my world and the stories I told had blurred irreversibly. As days turned into nights, I delved into research, attempting to unravel the mystery that now haunted me. I scoured the stories I had narrated, seeking connections between the tales and the malevolent presence that seemed to follow me. My once cozy recording nook had transformed into a battleground between the tangible and the supernatural. My viewers, too, became entangled in the web of fear. Some reported vivid nightmares, echoing the horrors of the stories I had shared. Others claimed to experience inexplicable phenomena, objects moving on their own, strange shadows in the corners of their rooms. The comments section became a gathering place for those who sought answers. Viewers shared their own encounters with the supernatural, forming a virtual support group bound by a common thread of fear. As the days passed, it became evident that something beyond the ordinary had been unleashed through the stories I narrated. In an attempt to find solace and understanding, I reached out to experts in the paranormal. Mediums, investigators, and occultists offered their insights, each one unraveling a piece of the puzzle. They spoke of ancient curses, malevolent spirits, and the thinning veil between dimensions. With their guidance, I embarked on a journey to cleanse the energy that lingered in my recording nook. Candles, crystals, and incantations became my tools as I sought to restore the balance disrupted by the stories I had shared. The process was fraught with challenges, as the malevolent force seemed to resist my attempts at purification. One night, as I conducted a ritual to banish the lingering darkness, the air in the room grew heavy. The flames of the candles flickered wildly, casting dancing shadows on the walls. Whispers, barely audible, echoed through the space. I felt a presence, an unseen force that resisted the cleansing. Undeterred, I pressed on, reciting incantations and wielding the tools provided by the experts. The room seemed to pulse with energy, a battle between the forces of light and darkness. As the ritual reached its climax, a blinding light enveloped the room, and I felt a sudden release, as if a heavy weight had been lifted. The comments section of my videos reflected the changes. Viewers reported a sense of relief, a lifting of the ominous atmosphere that had lingered in their virtual experiences. The nightmares ceased, and the strange occurrences subsided. It seemed that the cleansing had worked, at least to some extent. Yet, as I reflected on the harrowing journey, I couldn't shake the feeling that the stories I had narrated had opened a doorway to the unknown. The line between fiction and reality had blurred, and the consequences of my venture into the realm of horror were far-reaching. In the aftermath of the ordeal, I contemplated the power of storytelling. The tales we weave, whether through words or whispers, hold the potential to shape our reality. The stories I had shared had taken on a life of their own, manifesting in the shadows and whispers that haunted my recording nook. As I resumed my ASMR videos, returning to the comforting whispers that had once defined my channel, I couldn't forget the lessons learned. The boundary between the tangible and the supernatural was fragile, and the stories we choose to tell have the power to bridge that divide. The echoes of that fateful venture into horror lingered, a reminder that some tales, once unleashed, can transcend the boundaries of imagination and become a part of our shared reality.